behind. Hey, the radio, big crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank.
And hello everyone, and welcome back to PTM Racing TV. We are live here tonight from Phoenix Raceway here in Phoenix, Arizona. And tonight, our season championship for the East Coast Racing Circuit will be held underway. And right now, we're going to take you around this very unique 1 mile long track. I'm driving in my Ford F-150 Bounty Hunter machine. Let's go ahead and take this old gal out for a ride. Let's see what we got. So you're going to see coming down on the front straightaway, this is where the starting point will be. This is where they're really going to be tempoing themselves in. You're going to see a little bit of braking on those corners. Really giving a little more throttle as they come off that exit. Try to build up some momentum. They have a couple lines they can hit here. The main thing is they stay outside of those cones there. They can't go below them like that, as you usually would see on the NASCAR series. They have to stay low there. They have to kind of keep their momentum there and try to keep their truck apex to the bottom there on the yellow. As they come on down the wall here, you're going to see them really tighten them up here and try to keep them close together. You'll see a lot of swing shots and corners here to try to make that pass and try to get back to that bottom line as soon as possible here. All it is really tonight is all about apexing and running your line and hitting your spot when you need to. This is what's going to really be the big thing for these drivers, as you see. Watch for those cones to really be a big difference here, and watch for them to really make a huge difference in the race here. As we get ready to go here, let's get down to business. So we'll get our drivers all situated out and starting on the lineup now. Let's get them back on in. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to give you your starting lineup for tonight's Season 1 East Coast Racing Championship. Let's start them on the pole now, shall we? It will be on the pole here tonight. Paul Durkee in the 43. To his outside will be the 20 of Justin Lawson. Row number 2, we're going to see the 51 of Brandon Coleman. At his outside, it will be William Estes in the 54 machine. Row number 3, we're going to see the 42 of Mike McMillan. And his outside will be Stephen Naylor. Well, his outside will be the 12 there of Rick LePage. Our next rows on back, we'll see Stephen Naylor in the 4 with the 39 of Brian Doty. Shotgun on our field tonight, the 20 of Justin Lawson, and Kyle Jackson rounding out our field here. Our starting lineup is ready. Our drivers are ready to go at it here for the East Coast Racing Circuit. This heavy battle here, we'll see the drivers give it all they've got and then some, trying to become a champion here tonight. Folks, if we ask right now, you share us on around, get the drivers some love and support here as we get ready to go at it here on this very unique and very tight track racing here. This will be something to say the least here as they get everybody ready to go here coming down the stripes. Here we go. Green flag flies in the air. We're underway. It's time for the championship to be held at stake. And off the line through the chicane coming on down here. You see the timer there. They'll have about 2 hours to complete this. 100 laps to the distance. Back on through, we start them up right out of the gate here. It will be the 43 of Paul Durkee giving it a run and a half there with William Estes as they continue him on by, challenging in for the run. They sneak him on by there as the 51 of Brandon Coleman now moves on to the inside, making a charge for the front. All these drivers also, we want to remind you at home, are running Christmas schemes tonight. A little bit of a celebration, if you will, on their end. Have a little bit of fun with this. As they swing him on around, giving some runs and a half here. Brandon Coleman at war right now. Paul Durkee. Durkee trying to stay in there. Meanwhile, right in the back here, you see the 42 of Mike McMillan dealing with some company there of the 12 of Rick LePage. Rick LePage right now currently our hard charger at 2 up on the spotlight. Strong racing to be had right now. William Estes, though, is your race leader at the moment. They back them on in here, swinging them on by, tracking them on down around here. They will hit the throttle, hit their momentums, and hit everything they got to stay in this one to the end here as they come on down that front straightaway. Brandon Coleman right now still trying to challenge up the old 483 of Paul Durkee here as they get him on by down out of turn 2 there, coming down that corner on that stripe. Yet again, they'll back him on in here, working him by. You can see how hard Durkee's trying to run it in there with Estes, and it looks like he might have himself a little bit of a run and a half here coming. They'll back him on around that front straightaway, but yet again, William Estes and Coleman at it once more. Coleman to the inside, sneaks it by with the Ford F-150 as Durkee tries to get back in for the crossover. Nice pass, nice maneuver there, coming down out of turn 2. They'll bring him on down the back straightaway yet again. Durkee challenging on by, looking for a run, looking for a half and a lead here, if you will. William Estes kind of laying low at the moment. He's been the guy that has been challenged up all season long. He's really had a strong race and a strong showing whenever he comes on out here. I expect nothing different here tonight from this man. I expect nothing different from any of these guys out here as they work them on by, still running their line in. You can see Mike McMillan there in that 42 machine. He's starting to catch up a little bit in times-wise and zone. Currently battling in there to get up to the top 3, if you will. He'll run him on by in the 3rd and the 4th spot, though. Work him through, working him on down again out of turn 2 here. Still pretty decent little spot and run here coming from him. And it looks like we've got ourselves a rattle and a run coming from the front. Here we go. Paul Durkee will challenge up William Estes, looking for his race lead yet again. Durkee started on the pole. He wants to get his pole back from Estes. Estes tries to challenge him. Can't quite hold him off. The Coca-Cola 54 has got the run, but he doesn't have the momentum. He needs that line back from Durkee if he wants to make the move, but Durkee is so good at blocking that line, so good at hanging on to that spot. It's hard to really make a change and make a runaway when it comes to that maneuverability and that style there. Work him on around yet again now. Brandon Coleman looking to challenge up in position, looking to hide his way in. As we are now about 1/10 of the way there already. It's been a strong showing from the leaders up front. But I guarantee you that sooner or later that's going to really start to change, start to play more into the favor here for the rest of the field. Brandon Coleman in that 51 currently still laying into the throttle, staying on the attack, trying to get up there with Estes. Back on by here. They come on down the turn 4 of that front straightaway. They'll run by yet again. Looks like Coleman's got a little bit of a run coming his way here. Maybe looking for a position here. Here we go. We're on board here with him. Challenging up William Estes. You can see how low he has to get to that yellow line there just to stay in the run and in the momentum key zone to really get that position off, and that's really what's helping him get around here. Tighter is better here on this track. The quicker you can tighten the track up and shorten the length of it, the faster you will become here. Getting word right now, Justin Lawson has exited out of pit road on the start of the race, so he had missed gridding, so he'll have to start from the back. If there's a caution, they will call it and get them back in around here, but right now, anyway, that doesn't seem to be the factor here. That seems to be kind of a missed opportunity for him and a tough break here for him as well here as we focus in on our drivers working by here. Steven Naylor in that 4 machine looking like he's got a little bit of a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer style here tonight. Working on by, giving it a hard charge here, challenging up the old 39 of Brian Doty. Doty and him going at it here as they come on by down out of turn 3. Work them on in down. Here we go. Now looks like the 6 of Kyle Jackson is in the hunt. He's fighting it in here, trying to stay in these guys. Maybe looking to shoot a gap or two as they come on down that front straightaway here. They challenge them up into position. Working them through here out of turn 1 and 2 yet again. This is a strong race here, strong showing from these drivers as they continue it by. Battle for 6 right now going between these drivers here. You can see Steven Naylor trying to hold out Brian Doty. Brian Doty makes a big jump around there, makes a nice little running away there. They will hold on though to their position. They'll hang on for that spot. As Kyle Jackson right now just kind of lays low and stays out of trouble zone. Tracking that Charlie Brown scheme tonight. Wait a minute, a little bit of trouble back there for Brian Doty. Doty goes into the wall there and got a little bit up, made the truck a little upset there. Let's find out what happened with the PTM instant replay. Let's see what happened here as he was coming down that corner. He'll come on around down out of turn 2, and he just gets right up into the wall protection there. Manages to hang clear of it. But there is damage on that Ford F-150, so we'll see how well that plays out later here. Meanwhile, right now, old Paul Durkee right now, he's just kind of in his comfort zone. He's just running his line, running his race, and not really giving 2 cares in the world for anybody else at this point. Solid racing, solid battles here between these drivers. Andre Palzer has joined us on in. It's good to have you on board, my friend. Right now, you've got a huge battle for second between these 2 drivers right here, Brandon Coleman and William Estes. William Estes right now trying to get back on the run. He had a good run in that Toyota Tundra for the lead earlier. Maybe kind of backing off a little bit, maybe trying to think about saving up the car a little bit, or truck I should say, a little bit for later, but my opinion, when you're running this line here tonight, you can't really do that too often than not. You just got to kind of lay low and fight for the spot that you need. There are 9 drivers here tonight, all drivers looking to possibly take themselves a little trip to victory lane, and some of them looking to possibly take home a W.5 as Justin Lawson back from the outhouse now into the White House. He's starting to work his way into the poles here. Yo, Grinch, number 20 machine. Gets around the old level 39 there. Brian Doty in that Ford F-150 Santa Claus machine. Rack him out around, back on through. They go here. Lawson getting a nice jump there in position, staying in his run, staying in his momentum key here. See the line and momentum he's carrying through there, kind of how he's hanging in that position, just doing what he needs to do to keep the truck alive and well. And it definitely seems to be working quite well for him, but right now at the moment he's got a lot of work to do in that case. 2 Canadians going out of here. Kyle Jackson currently the hard charger of the night, starting up at 3 spots now, moved up there from 6, while Rick LePage currently in that 12 is in 5th at the moment, trying to hang in there and trying to fight his way up in the spotlight here, looking for some runs here. They come on down around the corner there out of turn 2. Kyle Jackson just kind of laying into himself and kind of staying in this one. Working on through. Kyle Jackson right now giving it all he's got. Currently in 6th, trying to hang in there with these guys. As Brandon Coleman, Paul Durkee, and William Estes, with Mike McMillan and Rick LePage rounding out your top 5 here. Right, this is how the lineup looks for the top 5 at the moment. Folks, when we come back, we'll showcase the rest of this race in all of its entirety and see who will be able to take home the W. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll show you the rest of this heated battle for the East Coast Racing Circuit. Tonight's race brought to you in part by Freedom Landscaping, veteran owned and operates since 2013. Freedom Landscaping is the 1-2 shop that gets you all your lawn care service and help and all that done at the right price and the right time. If you guys need to get some lawn care service done, be sure to call up 336-909-0629. Also, the Durkee Stoneworking. Durkee Stoneworking is the company that helps you get all your patios and all your desks needed down in the patio area. If you need to get that done in the way you want it, be sure to visit them up at Paul Durkee. Alright, so as we get our drivers back around here, let's get things situated back through right now and showcase where we're at the moment. Not a lot has really changed at the moment here, but the drivers are still kind of at odds with one another, trying to figure out who's going to blink first and who's going to left first. And right now, the one that's blinked the most is definitely William Estes in that 54 Toyota Tundra machine. That's not to say he's, you know, running a bad race right now. Far from it. He's just unfortunately kind of falling victim to the old strategy of you run a long race, you gotta figure out how to long setup with this one. And he's trying to do all that and then some here in that Coca-Cola 54 machine. Takes up a lot of time and a lot of work here, and takes up a lot of momentum from his end here. So we'll see if he's able to hold out here and hold on to this one. Coming down out of turn 4 here, William Estes still one of the guys that I believe has won the most here since we started broadcasting on PTM Racing TV for these drivers. He's been a hard charger ever since we've seen him here. One guy that I'm kind of surprised about, though, that we haven't seen, I believe, in victory lane quite some time is Rick LePage. That old Silverado Chevrolet number 12 machine in the tow mater number 12 is definitely, he's been a strong contender, a strong racer. But I think his problem has just been he's just kind of gotten caught up in either a bad situation, a scruffle, a brouhaha, or he's just not had some good luck as of late. So he told me earlier today he's just going to go out and have some fun with this one. Brandon Coleman right now in a heated battle here for second. As they back him on around, coming down out of turn 3 and a 4 here, Mike McMillan going out here with Brandon Coleman. Coleman trying to stay away there for McMillan. Coleman has been in victory lane before. We know this man can get the job done. Paul Durkee is another top dog that we know can get the job done, but he's been, as of late, on a bit of a slump, if you will, when it comes to his racing and comes to his battles here. Seems like he's always been second fiddle, or something went wrong in the race itself and it ended up costing him all his time and effort. But right now, for these drivers anyway, they're definitely hitting their spots up and hitting their lines up. Let's take a look at the lap time right now and showcase what we got going on here as we're working into about 30 laps of 100 right now. Currently Coleman and McMillan, you're looking at times-wise, McMillan is kind of working that draft in on Coleman. Coleman is kind of holding out for what it's worth, but trying to stay ahead of the curse here. McMillan, though, doing a great job staying patient, staying steady. Let's see what the time says here in just a minute off that start then we'll go take a look at our leader, Paul Durkee. Times-wise on that lap right there, lap 29, shows that McMillan's caught up to him again. Making a lot of ground and time up at the moment, and it's definitely showing. On the other end of the spectrum, though, look at this. If you look at the bottom spot, you seen the green earlier, that means they were catching up. When you're in red or orange like that, that means you're slowing down. And Durkee right now is just putting a foot full of that one. You could say he's putting the pedal to the metal, if you will. Really staying ahead of this one with Coleman. Coleman right now 4/10 back of literally Durkee, and that is starting to really showcase how fast Durkee is running here tonight. Strong racing on his end and strong maneuverability, to say the least here. Back onto the strain here, though. We got a heated battle here. Second place as McMillan runs it in. The two Ford F-150s of McMillan and Coleman going out of here. McMillan couldn't quite clear him in turn 3 and 4, and the run went to Coleman there. Nice job by Brandon Coleman to stay in the run and stay in the momentum when he had to there and stay on spot. Really giving a solid foundation, a solid run here. And it's definitely showing right now, guys. It's been kind of a steady two-pace, 1-2 step shop, if you will, when it comes to these kind of races and kind of lines here. And right now, what you're seeing between these drivers is what it's all about here. Brandon Coleman going to give it everything he can to stay ahead there. McMillan doing everything he can to catch up to him and try to get a spot back up on him. And right now, as we're looking in, we're almost at the halfway point. Just about 20 or some odd laps left, and we haven't seen one caution come out yet. We've seen some drivers get into the wall protection, but we've seen pretty much a clean race most of the way through here. Kyle Jackson right now up in the spotlight here, fighting it in on in. Working it through here hard as can be and giving it some good runs here. Really staying in the momentum and staying in the line. So they'll bring him through here, bring him on back around here. It's Justin Lawson right now. After starting in the back at 9th, he actually charged his way hard up to the front. He's actually now at 7th. Had a little bit of a misguiding there on the grid. As we're working on through it right now. Producer showing you guys what's going on with Justin Lawson right now. The story with him is Justin is currently, after starting in that 9th spot, as we mentioned, he's worked his way up into the 7th spot. Ahead of some drivers here. Brian Doty looks like, unfortunately, something gone wrong there for the 39. I think he has called it a night. They'll back him on around here and continue on by, but right now, this driver right here, Paul Durkee, is just the guy everyone has been hunting down this entire time, the entire race since he started on the grid. He hasn't given an inch to anybody yet, to be honest with you. He's just been laying into it. And that's the key. That's the thing that I said earlier, was just how long can you stay out there and how long can you run your race in all the way through. Because the thing is, folks, this isn't like a Talladega or a Daytona where you really don't have to worry about those tires too much until really later if you burn them in too quick. This is a track that commands and demands respect of the tire wear. Conservation on tires is what it's all about, I should say, here on Phoenix. You've seen a lot of guys, they will start strong, they'll go well, but as time comes in and the laps burn in, the trucks lose their gas and tires, then the rhythm starts to go away and they start to lose all that time and momentum they built up earlier. And that's the key. That's the big thing that you're going to see a lot tonight with these drivers, is who is able to stay in that run and stay in that position all the way through. As Brandon Coleman right now trying to catch up to Mike McMillan. Kyle Jackson right now is looking to be even more of our heavy favorite for the hard charge of the night. Currently up in the 4th spot, up 5 spots. Work them on through here. They stay on their momentum and stay on by their spots here and just hanging in there. Kyle Jackson doing a tremendous job, really tire conservating and also kind of hanging in his own run and rhythm. He's been hitting the same mark every time out there so far, and that's really been the key factor to his success at the moment. If you're wondering what I mean by that, let's go ahead on board here. We'll show you what I'm talking about. So watch as they come around this corner here, coming down out of turn 2. You see him coming down that back straightaway here. Watch him kind of ease that truck in, let the truck kind of lay low, stay to that bottom. And as soon as you super glue it in there and you get it back on the momentum run, that's when you can get a nice jump on a start and you get a run and a half there. That's the key. That is what's giving him so much success right now and keeping him in the running to fight up with these guys. As William Estes right now is following even further back. Jackson actually just passed him by there. We'll show the replay of how that happened exactly here as they come on by. Let's see what happened here. Looks like the pass was made just a little while ago there, so actually we don't have the full coverage of that pass here. Nevertheless, Estes right now back into the 2nd spot, so looks like Kyle Jackson has gone in pit road there. He has indeed. He's out inside. So Jackson will be in there. Paul Durkee has gone in there. Brandon Coleman's going in as well. Estes, I got to believe, is staying out for a fuel run. Tire conservation right now seems to be his main focus, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's laying into it here, staying on the spot. Durkee's out, so is Kyle Jackson right now, so they're going to try to hang in this one. And right down the bottom, McMillan trying to get his lap back. But he's got to find a way to keep William Estes off his tail end and keep him out of his sights and out of his mind. And speaking of talking about heavy runs and back up to the front here, Justin Lawson in that 20 machine, man, he is back in this one. After missing the gridding order there, he has just been on a tear to hang back and fight back in this one here. Hasn't given an inch and hasn't given any chances up. We're just about ready to reach the halfway point here now, folks, and this has been a pretty good solid race and conservation for tire wear and everything. Whoa, wait a minute, something gone wrong there for Kyle Jackson. Kyle Jackson looks like he may have had a problem there. He has come to a stop there. Let's take it to the PTM instant replay and find out what happened here to Kyle Jackson there on that. Oh, right there, man. He came out of turn 1 and 2 there. He got extremely loose. Truck had nowhere to go. He saved that, but he couldn't quite keep it clear of it. And unfortunately, it set him back big time there. That was a tough break there. Let's take a look at this one. Remember what I said earlier about tire conservation? Well, that also kind of goes referring to the slickness of these tires as well. You've got to be careful about how hard you run those tires in. You watch them coming around there, and you see he just overdrove it the slightest bit because he's trying to catch up to these guys, and that one little mistake without a caution, that sets you back a whole lot. I know what it's like in his shoes. It's not fun, and it sucks to deal with. I'll tell you that much right now. So we'll pass him on back in here yet again. William S. is staying ahead of the curve as Justin Lawson hunts him down, trying to get a run and a half here going for himself. Everybody's still in a frenzy. Everybody's still trying to find their rhyme, find their rhythm, and figure out what they're going to do here exactly. Let's see right now lap times on Justin Lawson here. Here is the lap counter here, and you can see his times up on Durkee there. Durkee has actually caught up to him quite a bit when it comes to that momentum run. But what about William Estes at this time? Well, as you can see, Lawson has actually got a bit of a run going on Estes. Maybe had some tire conservation there, but right now Lawson is hunting down Estes, and Estes is going to have to try to stay ahead of the curve here if they want to get a good run going for themselves. And it's getting even more and more to be the Lawson show. He's catching him further and further ahead. This is starting to look more and more like he's got a chance here. Go back on around now. Looks like Estes needs to go in pit road for some tire and fuel. Lawson will stay on out, and I'm very interested to see what will that strategy be. This is going to be very interesting to say the least here, what the strategy will be there for these drivers. And looks like it's going to be Justin Lawson as well, slowing up a bit. He's going to go in pit road. So that will open the door up inevitably to Paul Durkee, who will try to reclaim his spot. But I'm going to be honest with you, folks. Reaching the halfway point now, reaching everything we've done here so far. This has been mainly kind of the Lawson and Estes kind of stuff going on right now. And if Estes can somehow find a way to run a stronger run here, a stronger race in with them, I think, in all honesty, that tire saving and that fuel saving might be what takes down Estes tonight, and as well as Lawson, because right now it seems to be working just fine. But Paul Durkee seems like he doesn't really care about that. He's just trying to run his race and run his line in. He's caught up to Estes, and he's about ready to lap him up here. I think he's trying to actually give him some chances here. So that is your race leader at the moment, which is Paul Durkee, of course, in that 43 Christmas time snowflake old snowman. I believe that's Frosty the Snowman here that he's running tonight. Yep, the old Frosty there in the 43. It's hard to tell sometimes from the trucks themselves here. We probably should from now on, I think maybe we should have the producers go down there and take some photos for me, so that way I know who's who. Because up in the broadcast booth, it's a lot easier said than done to see everything going down here. I'll tell you that much. But nevertheless, here Paul Durkee showing everybody the way and showing them how to play. Past the halfway point here and still in charge and full throttle and assaulted around as the Tow Mater Cars number 12 machine of old Rick LePage right now going at it with one another. They'll back them on around, giving themselves some time and momentum here. Kyle Jackson in the 6th Crowley Brown Christmas machine. Looks like he's got the tree that he got on that front there. I swear it literally looks like the tree I've got right now, only it's a little bit white. Don't hate me for that one, fans. I swear, man, these guys always come up with some really cool paints and some awesome stuff, and that's one thing I always loved about iRacing is just the unique flavor, the unique character that comes from watching these shows and watching these races and all the series we broadcast and called for. And you know, whether we're on asphalt ovals, we're running a road course one time for the road course challenge week, or we're running in the dirt, of course, the dirt asphalt ovals, or the dirt ovals, I should say, not dirt asphalt. What the heck? You know, to me, there's always just been something out there for everybody, and there's always been some kind of unique style in racing that really makes the biggest difference and really makes a huge change up when it comes to that kind of racing. And honest to God, man, that's kind of my style. I always like to see different things, different stuff. I don't, you know, that's what PTM Racing TV is all about. We don't want to just show one thing over the other. We want to show everything and give you guys and the driver and fans at home the most epic viewing experience that you can get out here. And right now, as we look at our top 5 of the moment, Paul Durkee currently in the lead by a little bit here. Mike McMillan in 2nd, up by 3 spots, so he's currently the 2nd hard charger of the night. Brandon Coleman up 3rd, 4th right now, Rick LePage in that 12 Tow Mater machine. But as he gets hunted down here, it looks like Kyle Jackson trying to make up for lost ground time earlier. Even though he spun out, he still somehow finds a way to manage himself a nice run there. Up on Rick LePage there. Nice pass on by there out of turn 2. Big difference from what happened there just a little while ago on that run he had earlier. It's definitely been a pretty good run here and a half here for him. As they back him on around here yet again, currently William Estes trying desperately to just kind of stay focused on what he wants to do, and that's really just saving the tires, saving the fuel. I guarantee you by a lap 75, you're going to start seeing Estes make some harder charges, some harder moves here. Well, I take that way back right now because he just made a pass around Lick LePage. Open the door to the outside, and the inside goes Estes. He makes the hard charge and sneaks his way on in there. Makes a nice pass by. Well done there, sir. Justin Lawson farther in the back of the field, farther back in. Not really sure if he's trying to just conserve and weigh in his thoughts or weigh in his ideas of what he's going to do or what his plan is exactly, because he's currently just kind of doing his own thing, kind of staying in this one. Back him on around, coming out of turn 1 down in turn 2 here yet again. Now Stephen Naylor. They back him on through here as Paul Durkee makes a pass around Naylor. Naylor right now is about 29 seconds back of him, which is a whole lap in this case for what you could do at Phoenix. And at the moment, it has just been the Paul Durkee, either Paul Durkee, William Estes, or Lawson show tonight when it comes to who's leading this one. We saw a little scruffle there from Coleman and Naylor earlier, but you know, that hasn't really been paying up too much there. It hasn't really been changing at all. He's lapped up a good size of the amount of the field right now Paul Durkee has, and currently he's just laying into this one, staying on his throttle and on his momentum key here. But I'm telling you right now, folks, if he's not careful, he's going to lose all that time and ground that he made earlier for running hard as he has. He's got to stay focused on what he's going to do and try to stay focused on that line he's going to try to perfect here. Lawson right now looking behind Naylor. Naylor trying to stay ahead of the curve, trying to stay ahead there from Lawson. Lawson is looking to catch him here, looking to get himself a chance at this one as they fight them on in, coming by down on that front straightaway here. Naylor sneaks it on by there out of turn 1 down into turn 2 here. Every driver for themselves, everybody looking for a run. Everyone just wants to have that feel-good moment to take home a W. They'll back him on around here, back him on in as they chapel him on, chapel him by here. Now let's get the scoreboard updated here as we flick it in. Paul Durkee currently hanging on there out of turn 1, back down in turn 2 here. Stephen Naylor in the Ford F-150 trying to challenge him on in yet again. Can the old Santa Claus, ho, 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 number 4 get some run here? Or will the 43 be a Grinch and not give him a chance? Well, I take that way back because the 20 of Lawson just became the Grinch. He just stole his presents. Stole him out of turn 1, down in turn 2 there. Lawson with a nice pass and charge there. Coming on by that, a turn 4 there. And now Lawson knows he's running out of laps and running out of time. So now he's going to start to really hammer it down here with the time he has left to gain and time he has got to get. On the onboard camera here with Lawson, you can see how tight these trucks have to be just to even get to one another and how hard they have to run to one another to get each other in. Frosty the Snowman 43 machine makes his way around there of 12 of Paul of 13 page as Paul Durkee gets a nice move there out of turn 2, makes an on hard charge, back on in, running it right back on the attack here yet again. Lawson looking to the inside yet again, trying to challenge him up in this one, trying to stay in the run, stay in the fight, looking for the half fight. They come on around, Durkee in the wall there out of turn 4. That momentum is just lost by a bit of by a few seconds there if he's not careful. It came out of turn 4 there, and unfortunately it did not quite go the way he was looking for. Had a little bit of a half hit and a little bit of a smack there, and Stephen Naylor, I think he smells blood in the water because he knows that he's got a chance here to get back around Durkee if he can make a move here. Rack him on, rack him, stack, and all that. Fight him back in here yet again. 69 laps will now be completed this next time by with only about 31 to go once we have completed this lap. This has been a serious battle between these two drivers and a serious runaway for either one here, but neither have given an inch here and neither have given any chances up. Kyle Jackson yet again back into the wall, but he's up 5 spots from where he was at, so he's now the hard charger of the race here. While William Estes hunts him down, he's currently about 2 seconds ahead of him. As we see by the lap counter here in the moment, Estes currently still slowed up pretty bad here. But again, folks, remember, this is all about tire conservation and fuel conservation, so you're not going to see a lot of huge runs and big moments here from these drivers. You're going to see more of tire conservation and runs here from each other. As you got Brandon Coleman right now in that 3rd spot with Jackson following up, catching him ever so slightly. You can see Coleman is not quite getting the runs anymore he's getting there. He's starting to really slow down in position and slow down on position here as they back him on around, staying into the hunt here. Mike McMillan has gone in pit road now. Looks like he has opted in to get a fresh tires and a fresh set of gas here. So as they get him situated by here, looks like McMillan currently going to be in pit road for a little bit here. And let's go ahead, and speaking of pit road here, let's take a look at our strategy right now with the pit road strategy that these drivers have been playing into tonight. You can see right here, as you get a good look here from the number one spot there, Paul Durkee in the 43, his pit road strategy has been very similar to Coleman and Jackson. But if you look at this right here on third, fourth, back down in, 4th and 5th, huge difference from where pit road and strategy was there, because Estes went in with about a lap ahead of Lawson, a lap behind of Lawson, and Lawson, he kind of just started really getting more of a run there on that later end And it hasn't really been doing him much good here. It hasn't really been helping him out at all. And McMillan is just kind of laying low in there as well. That's kind of the way the strategy has been for those drivers right now. And it's definitely been working more towards, in my opinion, the favor Paul Durkee and William Estes and Justin Lawson right now. As Justin Lawson still, even though he's quite a bit of lap back here at the moment, he's still fighting, man. He's still trying to catch up there. I think he's just trying to lay low a little smoother here. Hard to tell, but William Estes right now, currently in position-wise, he is about 24 back still of Paul Durkee, and about 10 seconds back there of Brandon Coleman. 26 laps now left to go on the circuit here, folks. This could be either a full-fledged send-off or a battle to the end for these drivers. We'll see how that plays out exactly, but right now, back him on through it right now. Brandon Coleman, one of the hard chargers this season, and now has opted into pit road here. It looks like he's going to go inside there and get himself a flash of fuel and tires here. And Paul Durkee will follow the same here. Will William Estes stay out? This has been an interesting strategy to say the least right now. Estes staying on out there, running his own line in, battling back and forth here. Kind of hanging in there with these guys and doing his own thing, but you know, he's laid low the entire time. And remember, he had about a half a fuel run there where he's staying on out, and now he's got 25 laps to go. If he does exactly what he did in that first half, I think he's going to win it all here. Back him on around. You can see how gently he runs them on by there out of turn 2. He's not charging in hard. He's not revving it up too quick. He's letting the car just kind of take a set. And the rest, as they say, is history. The way he works it in. He's been just kind of eyeing in that spot, trying to hang in this one for the end here. As Justin Lawson right now on that 20 machine, the Chevrolet versus the Toyota Tundra with the Ford F-150 as Stephen Naylor falling behind. But Naylor is about 3.5 seconds plus back of Lawson. Lawson right now looking to be the hard charger, looking to possibly get himself up to the hot spot here. You can see William Estes right in his sights here, and gap-wise, actually, Lawson is starting to actually claim a little bit of momentum here. He's starting to get a little bit of a run here up on that machine there. We'll see if that's going to give him a hand here to the end. Lap times right now, you can see Lawson here with his times currently still currently hanging in there with Durkee. Durkee's going to catch up to him after being out of pit road. And Estes, well, right now you can see how much Lawson's catching on him. Almost a second each time, 0.7 of a second. There is a lot of time when on these 1 mile long tracks, so you got to be careful about that. Can William Estes find a way to stay ahead there of Lawson, because Justin Lawson right now is really hard charging his way in and hiding it on through here to the end, folks. When we come back for more East Coast Racing Circuit, we're going to crown a season champion, but who's going to win it all here at Phoenix Raceway to end their season? It's the last race for 2020 East Coast Racing Circuit, broadcasted here on the show. When we come back, we'll showcase the rest of the race. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, folks. Tonight's race brought to you in part by, of course, Freedom Landscaping. Freedom Landscaping, veteran owned and operated for over 7 years. If you guys looking to get the best lawn care service and job done right the first time and all that, there ain't nowhere else to go but Freedom Landscaping. Be sure to call them up at 336-909-0629. And of course also by Durkee Stoneworks. Durkee Stoneworks is the place to go when you need to get a patio or a set made up. If you guys are looking for that, be sure to visit them up at Durkee Stoneworks on their social media platforms. Links in the description. And as we get things back underway here, back on around here, we'll still see our drivers battling through here as Justin Lawson, new leader here. While we're on call there on the break here, looks like a new leader comes on by as Justin Lawson passed up William Estes for the lead here. Let's show you how that came to be here on this restart. Lawson had a hard charge, a full throttle assault, if you will, around there. William Estes. Estes hangs on there but couldn't quite clear him. And Lawson managing to take home that one from that spot there. 18 laps remain. Has Lawson outsmarted and outwitted the 54 of William Estes. Estes right now has been a back-to-back winner here on the circuit. Looks to try to keep that the same here tonight. Right now as they bring him on back out of turn 4. Laps are winding down. Time's running away. 17 laps to go. Estes right now, I just got to believe, is tire conserving and fuel conserving. But Justin Lawson has been extremely smart. He's been extremely cautious about how he's ran it in here tonight. As they back on in, around they go here, still hanging in this one. William Estes right now been the guy to beat and the driver that everyone's been hunting down all this season and all this night as of late. And I'm not really sure where we're at on the season championship wise. We were not given a current standings when we were going into tonight's race, unfortunately. So we have no idea who's where and who's what. But I can tell you one thing right now. Paul Durkee would like to reclaim magic after what happened back at Martinsville Speedway, where he unfortunately had a little bit of an internet issue and it cost him his race entirely, opening the door up for William Estes to take it home that night. You see in the left-hand corner there how that Durkee's running his line in. Watch carefully how much that steering wheel turns in. So smooth and so relaxed there. Nothing too hard on the throttle, nothing too much to give. As they come on by now, here we go. Battle for second. Where William Estes and Paul Durkee and Estes right now. He's been tire conserving and doing all that. Back him on through. William Estes makes his bye here, make it through, but unfortunately his fuel strategy and his run has not worked as well as he'd like to. Paul Durkee has made his pass on around Kyle Jackson a lap down at the moment. He's trying to get around that 54 machine. There is some damage up on the right side there of Jackson. I'm not sure where that's from earlier, but there is a little bit of a fender hiccup there on the right side. I don't know if you can see it on camera there, but it is there, I can tell you that. Battling them on through here, coming down to our final 10 laps here in a little bit here. This has been some strong racing to be sure, and great moments, but Justin Lawson works him on by here yet again. Still hanging in this one. And right now, if he can just stay ahead of Paul Durkee, but Durkee's right now catching up pretty hard on him here. Hasn't been able to stay out of the trouble here. Hasn't been able to stay off the line here and off that rhythm. And Durkee right now looks like he finally has got that fit strategy into his wraps and into his marks here. Lawson was doing a great job conservating, but right now Paul Durkee is hard charging his way in. Now back him on down the back straightaway here, charging by here yet again. Strong momentum, strong push. Lawson into the back, looking for a run. Trying to get around there, trying to get out, trying to stay out of trouble zone. But you can see right there, man, it is not looking too good for him. Durkee, if he can find a way around him, he knows he's going to take it from him. He's doing everything he can to hang on by. Can Lawson stay ahead of the curve? I'll tell you one thing, with those cones there, that's definitely going to mess up their strategy a little bit. For Durkee, that is, with 9 laps left to go, folks. You got to share this one around. We're coming to the wire here to the finish. Lawson now tries to defend to the bottom. He sneaks it by there yet again. Durkee has to try to get it back lined up. They come on down out of turn 1 and 2. Paul Durkee, at long last, takes the race lead. But Justin Lawson's an animal. He fights back. He's coming down the back straightaway here. This is a season championship on the line, but obviously a big race as well. Maintaining the position here as they get into contact zone there at turn 3 and 4. Lawson hangs in it. Durkee stays out of trouble. 8 laps left to go in this one. Back him on in now. Lawson trying to get the draft back there off of Durkee, but Durkee is running a line that Lawson knows he can't quite match. Without fresher sets of tires, the tires are burnt in too much and he's ran out of fuel. This has looked to be the night for Durkee. He's currently looking to hard charge his way back into the podium spot and back into a victory lane scenario here tonight. It's been quite some time since we've seen him in victory lane. Wait a minute, something gone wrong for Kyle Jackson. Coming out of turn 4 there, something went way wrong for him. Not sure what happened there. Maybe they just kind of turned it in straight left, and that truck did not want to go that way until he had it straight to the left there. But I don't know. Usually don't see too many mistakes like that, but that truck seems to have burnt in too much on the tires, and he's losing a lot of ground here. It's tightened up really bad here. Mike McMillan has caught up to Jackson here. He's there to make a run here. Paul Durkee has stayed out of the trouble zone, and what a season it has been for these drivers. And I can tell you right now, from all of us here at PTM Racing TV, we've been honored to be able to run with these guys and showcase them on their circuit. We do always appreciate them giving us the opportunity and the chance to see what they can do and how they run their lines in. It's been a great showing and a great season for them. As they back him on around now, Mike McMillan makes the pass on by there of Kyle Jackson. Jackson at the moment trying to stay in it, trying to stay out of the run zone here as they break him on through. Right now, Brandon Coleman currently in the back a little bit in the position, staying ahead of the curve though. All drivers just doing what they can, trying to fight back here. Lawson right now, I think he's just trying to save his last minute and last chances here. Not a lot of battles going on by here with only 4 laps to go here. I take that back real quick. Looks like Rick LePage and Steven Naylor got one last little fight they're going to put on here to the end. Coming down out of turn 4 here, Naylor has a run and a half there around LePage. But LePage right now and him are currently in the 7 and 8 spot at the moment. I think Naylor just wants one last chance here, one last big run to the end here to see what will come of his night tonight. But tonight, folks, make no bones about it, it's pit strategy, and fuel run were what gave him the chance here, what gave him the run he needed tonight. Straight down around they come by. 2 laps left to go for this man, Paul Durkee. Tonight driving his Frosty the Snowman 43, a little bit of redemption, if you will, coming back from Martinsville Speedway, where unfortunately the glitch graphic gremlins came out and got him big time there. That's not the case tonight. White flag is out. We're going to crown a season champion here in a minute, folks. We'll figure that out in just a second, but right now, Paul Durkee is going to sneak his way across the line, sneak his way around the finish, and pulling off a Chase Elliott, if you will. Tire conservation, fuel run, pit strategy, all made it match and all made it work to the checkered flag. Paul Durkee will take home the W. What a race and what a victory for that man. Second place will go to Mike McMillan as he runs across the stripe in the Ford F-150 Christmas Story Machine. William Estes getting one last little run and a half here, and I think he actually just ran out of fuel there. Justin Lawson as well did as here, and they will come in the 4th spot. Finish here tonight as they get everybody 6 right on by. Here we'll see our finish here in a minute. We'll pull it up on screen here and show you guys who was our finishers here. As everybody comes to their line, coming to their position here. Fireworks going off here in the stands here tonight. It was a battle and a half there for all, but tonight it was all about Paul Durkee and his run to the end. He is your race winner here tonight. What a battle and what a race here for him. As we show on here, of course, Durkee giving a little bit of a run here, a little bit of a thank you to his fans out there, his friends as well. What a race, what a battle here for these drivers, and what a show it has been for these guys and gal. Obviously, there's been a lot of great stuff going on down here, of course, with these races, and there's been a lot of good showings here from these drivers, and tonight, in my opinion, was definitely no exception. Durkee having a little bit of fun, so is Coleman out there in that 51 machine. I'm heading down to pit road here, folks, so I'm going to talk with our race winners here tonight. All right, now real quick, folks, we bring him into the show here. This is your third place finisher here tonight. That being, of course, the 54 here, William Estes. William, right now, you ran hard, ran a pretty good race here, and it was a pretty solid matchup there. But I got to ask you, how much were those tires burning in, and how much was that fuel going away on those fuel runs, brother?
Basically, man, lap 10 or 15 of the race, I didn't have nothing for Paul, so I figured start saving a little bit of fuel, backing it up each corner, and hoping to get that last set of tires on a caution late in the race. But that never happened. Still came in third and wrapped up this championship.
Definitely for sure there. So you have, if I heard it right, you said you are the season champion this season?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we'll go back to you on that here in a little bit. We'll talk with the other two drivers, and then we're going to bring you back in here for that talk here. But, William, before we go here, anything else really you want to say real quick about the race itself before we get into the season here?
No, good race. Car just didn't really handle well. No grip, no power. Is what it is.
It is what it is, but, man, at the end of the day, you still hang down and did a pretty good job there. So, congrats on the finish. We'll talk to you about the season championship here in just a minute, buddy. Stay tuned, all right?
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. Well, yes, just everyone, the third place finisher here tonight. Our second place finisher will be in the booth here in just a minute. As we get Mike McMillan on the line here, let's go ahead and bring him on down. All right, folks, we talk now with our second place finisher here tonight, Mike McMillan. And Mike, man, you've been fighting all season. You've been having a pretty good run and good stuff, but tonight just wasn't quite your night. How bad was the tires and the truck doing tonight on that one?
Yeah, pretty bad towards the end of the run. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, I got to ask you, man, the whole season looked like it was a pretty good season for you, and you guys had some pretty good moments in there. I mean, is there any really memorable moments that you had for yourself or with your drivers out here when you were racing them?
Yeah, I had a couple of really close photo finishes with Paul this year. One at Pocono and another one somewhere else. A lot of good racing.
It really was indeed. Well, anything else you want to say to your friends, family, and everyone here to thank for this finish?
Yeah, I just want to thank Brandon and Paul for putting this whole league together and for you guys for broadcasting. It's been a lot of fun.
Yes, indeed. And we love calling the action, calling it all the way time through here. And you definitely guys put on a good show here tonight. Mike, congratulations. We can't wait to catch you next season, buddy.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. Mike McMillan in the 42 machine coming in a second place finisher here tonight as we now shift our attention to our race winner. And then we'll talk with the season champion here in a minute. Let's go ahead and bring him in now. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and grab in Mr. Paul Durkee. Paul Durkee has joined us on in real quick. Paul, congratulations on a race victory here. A little redemption from Martinsville Speedway last week, and you finally got that position in. What was the key kicker for you tonight dealing with all this?
Just consistency. Finally had a good, clean race and got one under our belt. So congratulations to Mouse for championship, and it was a good season.
It was a great season indeed. And Paul, is there anything you would say that's probably your favorite part of the season, or anything really that was memorable to you for this racing?
Just a lot of good fun, a lot of fun guys to race with, and hopefully we get them all back for next season, and maybe a couple handfuls more. Be fun.
Definitely for sure there. Well, we've done our best to try to promote you guys and give you guys some love here to help out with that. But nevertheless here, Paul, who do you want to thank you for this finish here tonight being the race winner?
No, thank you, and thank you for broadcasting us. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely, indeed. You guys put on a pretty good show, and we always like calling these things. So congratulations again, Paul, and we'll see you guys next time when the green flag flies here on PTM Racing TV.
All right. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner here tonight, Paul Durkee. And then now, I think it's time we bring in our season champion. As we get him on in, let's go ahead and talk one more time with Mr. William Estes, your season champion, your season 1 champion here tonight. All right, buddy, we got you back in one more time. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Season 1 championship is yours. You take it on home, and I got to ask you, man, this has been a long, drawn-out season, and you've been one of the more consistent drivers out there. Really, what was the key success to getting that season championship here tonight?
Basically, consistent finishes, handful of wins, and just running hard, man.
It has indeed. You've really ran some good races, some hard races as well. And I gotta say, man, I mean, of all the things you guys have done, you all really seem to really know your lines and know your ways, and it definitely was no exception here tonight. But really, was there any major factors or anything that really stood out to you this season that, you know, going into next season you might change or you want to get better at?
I really don't know. We're talking about maybe running a different car, so things will probably be a lot different in that aspect. So I really don't know. I like the way we run things for the most part.
Definitely for sure there. I mean, everything seems like it's working pretty good and looking good as well. So I would say right now, man, I mean, if you guys can, I would stick to what you're doing and just kind of keep going from there. But nevertheless, here you have got the season championship now in your grasp. So, William, I'm going to ask you, man, who do you want to thank you for this season championship?
Just for thank JB for hosting all the races and PTM Racing for the broadcasting, and that's about it. And everybody who participates makes this fun.
Absolutely indeed, William. It's been a tremendous season of great racing. It was an honor to call for you guys, and we definitely can't wait to call for you next season. Hopefully we can get that all squared away here shortly, and we can figure out what you guys got in store for us next time.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, your season 1 champion, William Estes, in the 54 machine, and it's been a long, hard road and a hard-fought season all the way through, but tonight it has come to an end. So real quick, before we go for East Coast Racing Circuit this season, a big shout-out to Freedom Landscaping and Paul Durkee Stoneworks. Durkee Stoneworks, excuse me. It has been a great showcase from these drivers, and these sponsors definitely help out quite a bit. Folks, don't go anywhere. We have one more season championship coming your way. It will be live here in just a short hour or so. So you better tune on in right here on Facebook to catch that. And I'll send this little video over to YouTube here in a little bit as well. The producers are already working on it. So from all of us here at PTM Racing TV, thank you again, everybody, for tuning on in. Be sure to follow up on our most social media platforms. Like and share and subscribe there up on YouTube. Follow us up on Twitter, Instagram as well. We love you guys. We'll see you in an hour. Be safe. God bless. Take care. We'll see you in a little bit.